mean, if there was like a 0% chance, I would say. I think you have a good chance. I think you have a good chance. I think even if I lose, I might have a chance. Honestly, losing to you gives me that hazard.
Thank you.
I'll get started.
All right, so we're back with round 6. Got Paul playing some Grim, and Connor's playing Scheherazade. So we're seeing aggro versus control.
I mean, if you want. I know your deck. We play every day.
Okay, these two look like buddies, so I feel like there's gonna be a lot of like conversational gameplay. And I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Yeah, off the bat, you know, seeing so many Grim aggro decks here today at Edison, kind of have my money on Paul, just because of how fast the deck is. He can search for anything that he needs. So with Scheherazade, you kind of have to sit there and wait, kind of like the last Abdul match that we watched. You got to kind of sit there and wait, have a ton of mana, so you can have some answers to stuff. So it just depends on how fast Paul plays. We're already seeing a Tinkerbell and a Hunter in Black Forest, so that's a pretty good hand.
Now, what did he call for his little redstone? Did you get to hear?
I think he said green? No, red.
No, I'd imagine it'd be red.
Probably. Makes it thunder line. Everything else is fairy tale.
Right, you get your Thunders, you get to pop your Hunters.
Oh, well, what's the little red dude? Is he a fairy tale? Probably not.
Yep, he's a fairy tale, 3/3, and he has swiftness. So
I knew it was 3/3 swiftness, didn't know anything else about him.
So we've got Connor with Familiar of Holy Wind, which I find playing against Odd Grim is a very, very good card. You've got a blocker, and then you've got something that could pop Hunter in Black Forest. Kind of odd seeing him equip Wind Dagger on it. He's essentially got two cards that have the same effect right now.
Now, Paul just took 200?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Familiar.
Wait, what? You draw first.
Yeah, okay, the thing is, I untap first. Okay, don't worry. Yeah. I did it wrong. It's the only thing. Okay.
Why is drawing such a problem in this game?
No, I did it wrong. Like, I untapped and then drew.
Yeah, I was like, what is it?
No, I'm trying
I don't want to wait until after you got that.
That one guy's obviously a Magic player if he's drawing, untapping and drawing.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I'm on that Yu-Gi-Oh train. I'm just like, what's a mana?
Yeah, you don't have to pay for anything in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just cast it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you don't cast anything.
Well, play it.
Vocab.
So, did he play 7 dwarves? Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna attack every turn. It's kind of odd seeing that in Grim. That's more of a Bahamut card.
Yeah, I got a little confused too.
Not being a fairy tale, you know, it's a little bit out of place, but let's see how it works.
With aggro, it might. Attacking every turn with 7/7. I guess that's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, a 7/7's a 7/7.
Feasting games out, yeah.
All right, preventing that damage. So
I'm going to use the effect on that.
looks like we might be seeing a split Heaven and Earth in Paul's hand.
Oh, jeez. It won't really do much now, but further down with Scheherazade, maybe.
Yeah, in the later game, I mean, the issue is, by that time, I'd imagine Connor's probably going to have some counters in his hand, so
Yeah.
while Paul's sitting there waiting for him to play his lands, he might just have a dead card.
Another 7 dwarves.
It's really interesting not seeing any fairy tales.
Yeah, usually it's just Mark Chair beat down this one. Does he have Hollow Elfish Priests?
Yeah, it looks like the promos.
Ooh.
So at this point, I'm thinking maybe Paul's not playing Aggro. He's probably playing some sort of weird aggro Grim that we haven't seen before. So kind of an interesting list.
Graham, playing for top 10. 4 top 10, right? 8 top 10.
Hit my first feature.
Gunner.
That's if only they existed in this game.
Seeing that question mark on Grim aggro.
I mean, I haven't seen a March here yet. I have no idea what to think.
Definitely not Grim aggro.
No, not at all.
Mono red Grim.
Interesting. Never seen that before.
I'm just making things up at this point.
No, actually, that is a deck. Just haven't seen it with 7 dwarves. Normally, we'll see Blazers. We'll see Gil. You know, he's gonna get plus 200 attack off of every redstone. So.
Right, but 7 doors doesn't fit.
What's the cost on 7 dwarves?
That's 14.
It's a 2-drop, 2 red, 7/7 that has to attack every turn. So.
I mean, 2 drop for 7/7 is not that bad though.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
mean,
at
for
home.
like for mid game or like a solid turn 2, as opposed to Blazer or Gilderoy would be a little bit later, I would think.
Could also be that game 1, Paul's just going as aggressive as possible with these guys, and maybe for game 2 he'll side out into more control-y Grim deck, or maybe something that's a little bit more like the Grim aggro.
Go side into traditional odd grow.
Yeah, possibly.
That's the one thing I do like about Force of Will is you can just smoke screen and call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, a game where the decks are really reliant on the rulers and J rulers, everything's pretty balanced because you can always side out into different rulers, So you can essentially be playing 2 different decks.
Plus,
Yeah.
I feel like they anticipated that. with
Tinkerbell
cards
is.
like
I'll
Pandora.
pitch in Tinkerbell, but Tinkerbell was only a 200 at that moment.
Can I attack?
Another one you
Yeah, so I have 1.
Yeah, wondering why he played her. Maybe he just wanted a chump blocker, something so that the 7 dwarves aren't getting killed.
Yeah. Another one. It's still pretty small, but.
All the tanks.
Well, actually a 4/4. The Galindas, I believe, are fairy tales.
Oh, I did not see the Glinda behind that.
Yeah.
7 doors.
Just wondering why he played Glinda without such a huge threat. Normally you want to save Glinda for, Etna or Hamelin, something of that nature.
I don't think Scheherazade runs Etna's.
Oh no, I'm saying in the Grim deck.
Yeah.
Plus, he only had enough mana to make the Glinda this turn. Next turn, when he drops the Etna and he's waiting for Connor to respond, he'll just chain the Glinda and really put pressure on his response.
That's if he's playing Etna. A little bit hard to see the hands with the players shuffling their hands.
Card game players. I think I saw a cake zone, but can't be sure. Drops the Zex to make her 7/9. Goes through.
All right, so Connor just got rid of Paul's threats.
I don't know, I feel like I feel like he was setting up for next turn play. It's hard to tell, but I can't say for sure. Swings with the cat. No, it takes it back.
Yeah, it takes it back.
These players are too forgiving. Yu-Gi-Oh! There's no takes and backsies.
I mean, at this point, it's better to have the cat open. You've got a blocker, and you've also got something that could potentially, you know, kill some resonators. Like I said, 300 damage. If Paul starts playing Hunter in Black Forest, Familiar is going to be able to get rid of those immediately.
It's a meat shield, if anything.
Alright, so he's dropping a Hunter to search for what looks like an Etna. I'm sorry, not an Etna, Glinda.
Like, yeah, Glinda or Blazer.
Lots of different options. He's looking at Rapunzel, possibly looking to play a bunch of huge guys and give Rapunzel flying.
At this point, I think Rapunzel would probably be the pick. It definitely makes Tinkerbell bigger.
I mean, the thing with Rapunzel is you want to have a ton of weenies out on the board.
Oh yeah, to rest them when you can unrest her.
Right, right. You rest them, unrest her, buff her, give her flying, and then usually attack for game. So it looks like he chose to go with Rapunzel.
Definitely Rapunzel.
He must have some smaller guys in his hand.
Looking like maybe a Thunder. Drops a stone. Alright, plays Rapunzel. I'd imagine Connor's going, yeah, Connor's going to play Zeke's. Nothing that Paul can do.
He can Glinda and make it pay 2 more, and Connor's out of mana at that point.
Did not do that.
Doesn't Glinda to protect the Rapunzel?
I mean, the other thing is Glinda would be a 2-drop. He's only got 1 stone open right now, so that's the thing about green. It's such an important color to have in your deck.
Well, with Grim, you don't really need the colors. You just need stones, because Grim can make the attributes for Fairy Tales any color you want.
Right, right. It's just in Odd Grow it's a little bit different, but seeing this deck where he's playing a lot of mono red and he needs to get those threats out really fast, not having that green to protect them, it seems like it's kind of hurting Paul. We're seeing him gradually losing advantage.
Last night, and I still didn't remember that. It has to be the attribute. I always forget that. I was like, God damn it, who's gonna use it? Thank you.
Drops the Blazer. 11?
Yep. Blazer and Enough Sockets are definitely 2 of the cards I would be afraid of.
Yeah, they're definitely the win cons in a lot of these games.
27 to 30.
Pitching Glinda to get... what is that?
I think I'll
Like I'm trying to move my head to like look around the glare.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe a Hamelin, possibly?
That would seem pretty smart right now.
He's got 5 open, so he could play him. 6 open. Yeah, he's dropping Hamelin.
Yep.
Let's see what he's tapping down. Probably Blazer.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely.
Anything but Blazer would probably be a stupid move.
Good thing is he still has the Pure Stone out, so he could give +2/+2. Actually, if he chose red, he wouldn't be able to buff his Hamelin, because they don't share the same colors.
Now, would Grim, since Hamlin's a fairy tale, would that technically mean it could be red?
Oh,
Technically
evolves for
not.
Charizard.
You can pay with red, but when the card actually is put in play, its attribute is still water.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it's still blue, so he can't really do anything. Alright, so we see Scheherazade came out.
Still searching for that.
Connor asked us to refer to her as Charizard.
Okay.
That's what I said earlier. I was like, evolve Charizard.
You know,
Looks like we're seeing 2 cake zones in Connor's hand. Paul's holding on to a Duel of Truth right now, which is, it's a really interesting card. I mean, one of your guys deals damage to one of your opponent's resonators. One of your opponent's resonators deals damage to one of your resonators. So he could use that to target, I don't know, Hamlin, and he could also target a J-Ruler, so he could target Charizard, have them deal damage to each other, but then he's going to have a Hamlin at 200 defense, so is it worth doing?
Gets rid of all the Hamlins.
Yeah, it looks like,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
yeah.
That is definitely a smart move. Only running 2? Interesting. Yeah.
So my favorite thing about 1001 Stories is the information you get. Like, that information is deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, to know what your other person is playing in their deck, especially if it's not a normal Grim aggro.
You get to see every card, hand, deck, and you already know what's going to do.
Getting to look through a deck is really important.
So now here's the real question is, at ARG events, are you allowed to write down
You
notes?
are, but
Yes.
you're not allowed to take too much time. They said no more than 30 seconds to write stuff down.
That's fair.
You'll normally find that players are writing down the cards in hand, not really the deck.
Looks like Connor just won that.
Yeah, Connor takes game 1.
there was something.
So it's going to be interesting to see if these guys side and what they're actually bringing in.
That was 2 rapid decay, I believe. Three Kai. Sudden boarding in a lot of stuff. Oh wait, nope, nope. Take that back.
Maybe he's smoke screening.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing, smokescreen Bahamut. Oh, if only.
That'd be quite scary.
I'm next one.
So I doubt Paul's going to bring in Kai. That's more of a Abdul hate.
This, if you put Kai in that pile, it's probably smoke screen. There's no way you'd want to play Kai against Scheherazade.
Oh. Oh.
Sideboarded in nothing.
I got excited when he flipped the Grim down, but still seems sudden.
Yeah, but he can decide it up.
Will you do that for me?
my first Charizard deck. Every time we test this matchup, I was winning.
You know, it's like that when I play Liam too. We'll test and I'll lose every game, and then we'll play in a tournament too. I'm not saying that's gonna happen with us. I'm saying it has happened.
Hopefully I win it this week. You get hard roll.
There are like certain cards that you're good.
Is that a red-white stone I see?
Alright, so game started. Yeah, he's running some red-white. So the wolf, I believe, is a 5/3, 500, 300, and whenever she dies, she deals 500 damage to you.
I'll allow this.
Taking the 5.
Alright, so Connor down to 35.
Dropping 7 doors.
Good play, good play.
Elfish Priest Gretel too strong for the mana ramp.
So Connor just immediately gets all these sources of mana out as soon as possible.
I'm gonna write that down. Won't forget.
What color was
I
it?
probably will forget that.
I did not hear what he named.
Not sure.
I'll figure this out.
Right.
He
Alright.
named red.
Yeah, I think we heard him say red.
The red stone is red. I've learned so much today.
Oh, okay. 5.
That's fine.
Another 5?
Takes another 5. Wolf putting in work right now.
Putting in Hunter of the Black Forest.
Alright.
Dude, I've seen that work. She can put in work.
Really curious as to why Gretel isn't blocking right now. Maybe Connor's playing some cake zones. He's hoping to draw a card off of the cake zones.
Then what, did he take the 3 off of the hunter also?
Yes, he did.
I believe he might still be deciding.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
yeah,
just
so
took
he
it.
takes the 3.
Take too long to decide in this game.
Hey man, 300 is a lot.
It's what, just about a 1/6 of your life?
A 6? It's more like a 16.
A 12th.
Yeah.
What is math?
Hey, I thought 3 was 6. Or 3 was 7. 3 is 3.
3 is
Yeah,
3.
3's 3, yeah. Let's leave it at that. Alright, so we see Tinkerbell.
Who
6'6".
is 6? Yep.
It's really interesting seeing somebody play basic stones in their deck in a control deck.
Yes, you don't really find those dual stones.
Yeah.
But I guess with Grim, when you're running mostly fairy tales, I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, he's not all running Fairy Tale, so I guess.
I mean, I'm imagining that Connor's probably opting to play basic green stones as opposed to playing some more duels, just in case of split heaven and earth.
Usually return to stories.
I didn't expect things to go so sour.
Surprisingly, I've not seen one split heaven and earth today.
Yeah, I lost because of some of those.
Ouch.
Yeah, very deadly card.
Played 4 duels, not one of them played split heaven and earth. Or at least never drew it.
I mean, you don't really want to play that card in Abdul just because it's going to burn you too. You'll see it more in Grim and in Bahamut Burn, of course.
Yeah. My entire deck is dual stones.
Yeah.
That is quite terrifying.
See, I feel like a lot of the meta right now is either dual stones with green to protect from split heaven and earth, or mono to hit split heaven and earth.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You're either playing one or the other, which kind of leaves players wondering what's going to come out in these next sets next month.
Looks like he got rid of all the 7 dwarf play set from his deck from Scheherazade.
Yep, all of them are gone.
That wolf girl can still put in work though.
Yeah.
That's the next biggest threat.
Well, let's see if she gets the stories.
Looks like he's attacking with both again. No.
All right, so it looks like Connor is finally blocking.
Yeah, but I feel like I should have
Oh, you can.
This is why we need a defined battle phase. It's too confusing.
I mean, that's part of the thing that makes this game so interesting is that, you know, you can attack, play cards, attack, play cards, you know? Not really any other game has that.
Yeah, I do like that.
So it does definitely make the players think a lot more. A lot of players I know came over from either Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic, so this is, you know, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
I feel like it took all the problems of those 2 games though, fixed them, threw them together.
Yeah.
Tell them that fairy tale.
Good time to play it now that Connor is completely tapped out. Aimlin. Let's see what he's tapping. Probably the priest.
Yeah, getting rid of that mana ramp is definitely would hurt him.
I love how he shoos away the deck. Shoo, I'm not cutting.
Playing Hamlin's Pied Piper, tapping down the priest. Or did he already do that?
Yeah, he just resolved it now.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's attacking with Tinkerbell.
So that's 600 if he chooses not to block.
All right,
Yeah, he's taking 600.
6.
What's this dude got planned? He's taking all the damage.
Yeah, he really wants that Gretel.
Which, after she enters, except for a blocker, she doesn't really do much.
Like I said, maybe he's holding some cake zones and he's hoping to net a card off of them.
But I mean, how many life points is he taken? That at that point, is it really worth a draw paying that much?
Right.
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 Especially if he doesn't have it in his hand at this point, there would be really no point in keeping the Gretel.
I'd imagine that he has to. I mean, I haven't really been able to catch a glimpse of his hand.
Not at all.
Well, to tell a fairy tale went off, so unless he just tapped himself out of...
Yeah, last turn he was tapped out. He had that 1 blasting waves open.
Yeah. So, I mean, either way, he set himself up. Oh, and
Yeah,
he does have the
so we
cake
do
zone.
see the cake zone. It doesn't really seem like Paul is playing a lot of spells, so
Bye,
not many
Felicia.
targets. And a crime and punishment to finish off Wolf.
Now, Connor did take the wolf girl.
Yeah, so he takes 500.
Life points is only a resource.
I'm not trying to rush you, but we're kind of running out of time. No last turn.
Yeah, there's 18 minutes. That's not kind of running out of time.
flying carpet on Elvish Priest.
I think, yeah, Paul took 500 too from the wolf dying.
Yeah,
Scoop.
so Connor.
Scoop.
Yeah.
All right,
We're at 18 minutes. I can
game
wait.
3.
Because I knew you had enough spell damage to basically get me here. Because you had to do and the split.
And the duel. So Muguru goes through. It's 8.
No, I'm like saying like in all.
No, I'm saying with the duel it goes through.
No,
Oh.
I was saying. I freaking lock something like worst case I can like jam it.
I do.
Was that 2 out of 3?
Yep.
Okay.
It's 1-1.
It's 1-1?
Yep.
So we're going to game 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked if it was, that game was like 2.
Yeah, I thought you were like, is it best 2 or 3? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be done. Come on, bro. No, you need to learn this game. I'll have to teach you. I'll teach you on the stream.
All the beans.
I wanted to capitalize.
Maybe split can draw. Maybe split can draw.
No, worst case one of us can do that. So
If it can happen, it should happen. That's all I'm saying.
Looks like Paul just pitched 2, and I did not see how much Connor pitched.
I see an Elfish Priest, so 4 at the most.
Yep, Elvish Priest.
Those hollows must draw well. First turn tank. Ooh, no Gretel for turn 2. I see 2 special stones. What is this?
It's really interesting to see Paul play Tinkerbell over anything else. And now Glinda, huh? So playing some really strange cards early on.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what Paul's strategy is in this.
Yeah, I mean, normally you want to hold that Glinda and the Tinkerbell until you actually have threats, you know? Glinda comes out, makes a guy unblockable, that's usually game. So seeing her super early is really odd. Maybe he wants to use that other ability that she has, forcing the opponent to pay 2 colorless.
That'd be my thought, but last time he was open for that, I don't believe he did.
Looks like he's getting rid of all the Tinkerbells.
So what's he got in his hand? Telefairy Tale, Hunter, Thunder.
A hunter, 3
Another
hunters.
Is that looks like Loop Guru?
I thought it was Loop Guru too.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's got 2 of them. Huh.
Double loops, double hunters.
That's just so strange. Paul is basically playing a Bahamut aggro deck
With
Grim
as
cards.
his
Yeah,
ruler.
yeah, with Grim as his ruler and a couple of Grim cards.
Which I guess can kind of make sense. If you play Fairy Tales, then you can play them for mono red without having to use dual suns at all. But,
Well, I guess if you can get the Hamlin off and then just swiftness your opponent to death, that'd be kind of cool too.
yeah.
It's just relying on one card to win the game is usually, you know, it's usually pretty sketchy.
Yeah, the chances of drawing that one card, even pitching all 5 cards again, very slim to none.
And I mean, playing against Charizard, she can drop 1001 stories at any time, get his Hamlin out of the game permanently, and then he's got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I was always like rushing the Glinda.
It could be.
Because I mean, you did target the tank, so maybe you let that go through because it wasn't Glinda. And you just anticipating 1001. Or the Hamlin.
Alright, Loop Guru comes out. And they get seized.
You know he has the thunder.
So there's two sides to look at this game right now. Either Connor's gonna win because he's basically responding to everything that Paul plays, or Paul's gonna win because he's forcing Connor to waste his resources on things that don't really matter. It's
I honestly, if I had to place my money, I'd place my money on Paul. Just because getting rid of all those Zeeks and Cake Zones right away, and then dropping your bigger guys out, yeah, that's pretty good strategy.
Big question is, how many 1001 stories is Connor playing? If he's playing at least 3, I think he probably has game. But once he gets rid of that Hamlin, I don't think there's much else that Paul's going to be able to do.
Right, right.
We haven't been able to see if he's got Blazers or if he's got Gil, so he might have some more threats, but it's hard to tell at this point.
I think I saw Sinbad and 1001. There it is.
Yep.
And he has the fodder for the Glinda.
Yep, getting rid of the Hamlin Pied Piper.
Yeah, yeah.
All
That
both of
is
them.
That's
so
what you
smart.
have to do. So it's looking like the last big threats in Paul's deck are the Loop Gurus and maybe the 7 Dwarves.
Yeah, but even then,
It's
I think Connor is probably going to get this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I mean, Tinkerbell and Hamlin can get... Well, Tinkerbell especially can get really big really fast. Hamlin's already pretty big, but with them gone...
It's just odd. I think Paul is playing Tinkerbell more as a chump blocker in this deck because we haven't really seen her get past, what, 600?
No, no.
He's not running too many fairy tales, so...
Maybe he's kind of playing from like the Tin Man point of view, where you just gotta throw Tin Man to the wind and let it die.
But if you can make something really big and then give it like flying carpet and then make it fly over everything,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
wouldn't you do that?
He could be using them to tap for Rapunzel to go in for the kill.
Yeah.
Connor took damage off the Luke Guru and then Kryman punished it?
Yeah, I believe whenever Luke Guru attacks, it deals 100 damage to an opponent. 200 if you control a werewolf, another werewolf.
And then how big is Luke Guru?
I want to say he's 7,
That's what I was thinking too.
maybe
but
700.
But did he take damage from Luker or did he harm punishment already?
Also trying not to lose.
What's up? No, they're still going. Yeah, I mean we got 7 minutes at least.
Alright, so taking a look at Luke Guru right now, he's a 3-drop, 7/7. Werewolves you can control get swiftness, and whenever he attacks, it deals 100 damage. If you control a moon, it deals 200 damage.
Okay, so that would put Connor at 32 and then Connor punishment the Luke Guru for 8.
Alright, you go players.
So would does Luker include itself in that?
Yes,
So I was like thinking about it does include itself. Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Because I know with Were Rabbit decks, they don't always include themselves. It's each other Were Rabbit.
Right. He doesn't specify others, he just specifies each werewolf, so I'd imagine that he does get swiftness upon coming into play.
Right, right.
45 seconds every play.
But other cards do specify each
Know
other.
your hand, I know you probably are going to win.
Is he flipping Scheherazade?
It's looking like there's about 6 minutes left in the match, so let's see if either player can finish it.
Yep, he
Summon
flipped
Charizard.
Charizard.
Alright. The great thing about Scheherazade that not a lot of people use is the fact that you can tap her to draw 2 cards when you don't have any cards in your hand. So if you kind of pair that up with cards like Necronomicon, she becomes really, really, really useful.
Now does he not have to reveal what he just added? Or did I just miss that?
No, he did reveal it. I didn't see what it was, but he did reveal it. I believe that's Blazer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those dimensions
Sharpen's
get
Blazer.
late.
That's 11's Connor.
No, he just dropped Feastings.
Ah, right.
Thinking about it, these things.
I know,
You want red mana or green mana?
trying to figure it out.
No true drops?
Flying carpet coming out. Oh no, that's Aladdin.
Sinbad.
What?
Or Sinbad.
Oh, okay. I'm getting my stuff mixed up now.
You know, in a Charizard deck, I guess we could just call him Ash Ketchum.
Might have to. It's not like I really want to do
No,
it.
I don't think you do, but you have to speed it up.
Is that a Blazer in his hand?
So at this point, Connor really just needs some way to deal with Blazer.
I think he's got a Blazer.
Yep.
He's got
Match
his own.
Blazer with Blazer.
That'll do it.
I see your Blazer, and I raised you with Blazer.
He is all tapped out now, so if Paul has another big threat, that'll definitely put Connor up against the wall.
This dude is just take back everything. I think I'm gonna pay with this. I think I'll pay with that. Dude needs to make the play. If you think too long, the play's all wrong.
Definitely when you overthink things, you do make mistakes.
Oh, you forget about the small thing. You start overthinking and you're like, oh wait, I can't even do that.
And a lot of time focus is put on one card. You forget to pay attention to what else is going on in play, and that ends up costing you the game.
Don't forget simple game mechanics.
So we got Duel of Truth.
No, that's fine. But I'm gonna quick cast dagger for some after this way.
Getting rid of the Glinda
Finally, you use the
and
Glinda.
Blazer. Wow.
Yeah, he gets to pump
Trading.
everything with Sinbad.
Here you go.
Is that another Blazer?
I think
That
it's-
is another Blazer. Or,
Or no,
it's
he
the
probably
same.
brought it back from play from Exiled.
oh, yeah. Forgot Blazer can do that.
Blazer's like a bad STD. You think it's gone, but it's not.
Is that a Duel of Truth? Nope. I'm not dropping it.
All right, servicing players, one candidate player, your appearance for the seventh and final round of posted. Please, on your name and final seat to begin the round. Once again, one candidate player, appearance for the seventh and final round of posted. Please, on your name and final seat to begin the final round.
So we're seeing this game is about to end.
Once again, players, final round. Active players, take your turn, take 3 additional turns. Once again, force the will players, that's final round. Active players, take your turn, take 3 additional turns.
Swing with Blazer.
These guys should be going to their last
You
3
just
turns right now.
Take the Blazer.
I believe the guys said that they get extensions for being the featured match.
Do they? Okay.
Yes, so they are not on turns.
Now, Paul just took a Blazer to the face, correct?
Yes, he did.
And that's 11.
Which we explained in the last game why they were doing Mephistopheles so late.
Right, right. See another Glinda.
Oh, I found a gauge. What's up?
Blazer straight out.
That's fine.
And bot back.
I'll try to
back.
scope early next round. Okay.
If I'm correct, Paul has a thunder in his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Did Connor just take a Blazer to the face?
Yes, he did. See, at that point, I would just sacrifice my Elvis Priest and not take not take Blazer.
Blazer has flying though, correct?
He does not. I always
No,
think he
he's
does.
a demon.
He looks like a dragon.
Oh, does he have swiftness?
He does. It's swiftness
That's what I'm
and
thinking
the play from exile.
Oh, this is turn 2 of 3.
They are not on turns because they get extensions from being the featured match.
So they have to play it out.
Yes.
Makes sense. I'd hate to see stuff end in time.
So we are in turn.
All right, 1K players. Welcome to your 7th and final round. You have 4 minutes. You may begin.
Yes. You're attacking.
We're on turn. I'll take you.
How many cards do you have?
Both players frantically shuffling their hands, so both are a little bit nervous. Seeing 2 Blazers on board.
Kind of just attack with Blazer, but I don't think there's very much Paul can do with nothing open. No open stones. Guess he could block with Glinda. Yeah. he's
Yeah, I
block.
mean, at this point, yeah.
Yeah, block
yeah.
with Glinda is definitely a good move.
I would have probably taken the 11, attack Blazer with my Blazer, they trade. Then you attack both priests with Glinda, and then play Blazer again.
He did have a Thunder in his hand, which is why I'm wondering why he doesn't just Thunder one of them and then get that extra, not, like, take time away from the extra time that they have.
Right, right. He might be holding it to try and hit Connor directly with Thunder. But in this case, it doesn't seem like the best move.
Yeah, it does not seem very smart at all.
I think if you can keep that card in your hand and swing with the Glindas to take down those priests, that Paul would be doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Alright, he's playing Zeeks.
So doesn't Zeke's do a lot of things if you have a certain ruler?
Yeah, you can actually play all 4 effects if your ruler is Crimson Girl in the Sky or Little Red the True Fairy Tale.
Which it's not, but
But
for this.
apart from that, you can still use one of the 4 effects that is listed on the card.
It's either what? Pump 2, negate a summon, spell, shuffle graveyard, and something else.
And you give one of your guys protection from, or you give a resonator protection from spells or abilities that your opponent controls. So you could, I don't know, if your opponent's trying to pump one of their own guys, you could make it untargetable.
Yeah, cancel a spell or a resonator. Or a resonator you control gains 200. Target player shuffles all magic stones from his or her graveyard into his or magic deck, and then shuffles all cards from his or graveyard into his or her main deck. Interesting. I did not know Zeke did so much.
Very, very good.
Yeah, it's like reading a book, so I just have people give me the shorthand. Too lazy for that.
It's like 4 sentences.
Like 3 sentences too many.
All the stones are now out for Paul.
Every stone.
Well, now we can see what he plays.
Yeah. Honestly, I question why even running dual stones. I mean,
I don't know what card he has to pay light for.
That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
It's I wonder what he's gonna play. Not having any Hamelins now. All right,
Yeah.
it's Cake Zone.
Yeah, that's smart.
Maybe he's just baiting the cake zone. So that you know his thunder could resolve.
Could be. So it looks like Connor has 2 open. So he can possibly still get another Cake Zone through or another Zeeks. We're seeing Paul's Blazers tapped.
Is that loop out on the field, or is that in the graveyard?
I think that's in the graveyard.
Cannot tell.
Correct, because the Telefairy Tale looks like it's the banish, exile, what have you.
Yeah.
the exile, or removed from game.
Oh, he had to remove it from game because of Blazer.
Yeah.
So we see him immediately drop 2 guys.
Is that 7 dwarfs?
Yeah, we've got a 7 dwarves and a wolf in Black Forest. So, and now we see a second Blazer. Okay.
That is quite terrifying in and of itself. I think the head judge did just put him on turns.
Yeah.
Definitely the graveyard. Pump the dwarves. Pump the dwarves on draw phase.
I can't make any more mana.
Yeah, the dwarves is 9. Pump
Just
it
trade
to
a
11.
blazer for,
Trade the blazer and the dwarves.
yeah.
Trading the other 2 blazers, then punching for everything, I would say. And he has a thunder to follow also.
Did he use this thunder? Or is that the one card in his hand still?
I think it's still in his hand. I'm just wondering, how did dwarves and Blazer trade?
He pumped dwarves and then pumped it again with the true stone.
He hit the true stone on standby. And the rest
What was the initial pump?
I am not sure what the initial pump was from.
I only saw him pump it with Little Red.
He
which
did
would make
it.
it a 9/9.
Little red was untapped, so he hit it on draw phase, and then it stood up, and then he hit it again.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He, I don't know, draw phase cheated.
Well, if you do it for untap phase, then technically could do it.
Not technically cheating, but I mean, like,
Oh,
draw phase loop.
yeah. It's like that Law of Science infinite loop with Abdul.
Correct.
Very annoying to play against. They basically have the game at that point.
Crime and punishment to the blazer.
So he does take 11, right?
Yes.
Correct. But I mean, there's still a Thunder to be thundered.
Honestly, I don't see why Paul just passed, not attacking Thunder attack.
Yeah, yeah.
So many misplays going on right now. It's overwhelming.
He could have attacked with all of those guys. Blazer would have only been able to block one, and then he could have thundered for game.
Yeah, I'm not understanding what Paul is going. I guess maybe late in the day, playing all day.
Yeah, it could be. Everyone's been here since about what 8 in the morning, so
Yeah, yeah.
the more you play, the less you play.
Exactly.
There might be something he like sees or anticipates that we're just not seeing.
I don't think so, because the Thunder's not in his hand anymore. He does not have a hand right now. So I don't know what happened to the Thunder, but he has nothing in his hand. Well,
Did
one
we just
now.
miss-see the Thunder?
I think we did, because
Well, Thunder would be really cool.
yeah, he can swing for game. Oh, nope, nope.
Fight
He
sing.
stings.
Okay.
Fight sings.
Good, good.
Is it a draw or do I win? I had higher life. It's a draw?
It's a draw.
It ends in a draw.
Nice.
Yeah, having that second Blazer really, really, really helped Connor.
Yeah.
Wait, whoever has higher life at the end.
Yeah, I'm running a rush.
it just-
No, it's a draw. It's not higher life.
It's whoever won the most amount of games. They're at 1-1. So let's say only Connor won the first game and the second game was a draw,
Correct.
and the entire match would result in a draw.
No, the entire match will go to Connor.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, entire match would go to Connor.
But if it's 1-1
and then the
it
last
goes
game is
draw.
a draw, the
isn't
game is a
done.
draw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just kind of disappointing when
So-
you play for such a long time. You don't really want it to be a draw.
Yeah, I found a problem with Force of Will. It's that.
Yes.
Yeah, I initially thought whoever had the most life at the end wins, but that's not the case.
Is there any game that does that? No.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, I think it's draw condition for all of them.
Like, it felt like I was just losing
Well,
every turn.
Alright, but like,
All right, so
round 6 in a draw.
round 6, I think
That is the last
That
round
is-
of the day.
like play Blade past your turn with like
It is very late in the day to be up since 8 a.m.
it may. Well, don't we still have the top 8?
Yes?
Yeah,
That
so
is
that's round 6.
Like, if I'm in like a really bad spot,
Yeah, but
it
like,
seems like I
but
can't
every
do
turn
anything.
was a bad spot.
Yeah, because early on, like, I lost all the advantage. Like,
I'm glad they gave us 5 more minutes. 'Cause I was using this.
I could tell. So was I.
Do you have weapons? You have them in your hand. Why did you keep the 5 for the girl?
Yeah, it was removed.
Blazer. What does that matter? No, it does say that it gets damaged.
Yeah, I figured.
Blazer, I didn't play Blazer, I would have lost to it. That doesn't, was it in your hand?
Half an hour away from
No.
you guys.
If you never drew it, then you can't tell it's the first one.
Last I checked, it was at 5 this round. So you may have 2 players from my players.
Vulture? Was it good? Are you guys on the same? No, it was really good.
Yeah, Rhode Island, I'll be there, but I want to go to Syracuse. It's a 4-hour drive for us. I'm not.
I can decide to go. Like, I would have to, like,
Okay.
decide to be in the game.
Rhode Island is also a 4-hour drive for us, so it's like Rhode Island, Syracuse. Rhode Island's kind of a bigger thing, you know. Figures to see the top 8 lists. It was really funny because the guy from our team went 5-0. Actually, he's at 5-1 or 6-0 now, but he plays on.